Transportation. At this stage, I hope that I've convinced you that it is possible to get a great education without school, and that it is feasible to organize a zero-tuition, student-led learning center in your community. The antifragile model I've described will work because the two primary failure mechanisms of self-directed learning centers are solved: the money problem and the people problem. However, just because your learning center won't fail doesn't mean it is going to thrive. There are still a handful of obstacles to overcome. Transportation is, in my opinion, the biggest hurdle to making this idea take off. The public schools have this problem solved quite effectively. A free bus shows up in front of every kid's home every morning to pick them up and drop them off at school. Without such a system already in place, you'll have to get creative on how you'll get to your learning center. Transportation is not a problem that is unique to your learning center. Transportation is also a problem for the Liberated Learner Centers, Agile Learning Centers, and Sudbury schools. All of them require the youth to find a way to get to the learning center on their own. Some walk, some ride bikes or skateboards, some take the city bus, and many get rides from parents. Where your learning center is located will make a big impact on how people are able to get there. Neil Karkanis attends a Sudbury school in New Jersey during half the school year and one in Florida during the other half of the school year. When I interviewed him, he emphasized the impact location and setting had on transportation. It's different for everyone. For cities and places that have easy public transport, it's easier to get to school. In Jersey, we have a huge campus, like a YMCA, where we can walk around for hours. That's a benefit to us. I remember Dylan rode an Uber back from school for a while because obviously not every parent can get their kids to school if they have to work or things like that. The school does adapt differently if it's a suburban area, a rural area, or a big city. The biggest differences are how you get there and what you can do off campus. Reference 198. Several founders of learning centers have expressed that when choosing a location to open their center, being located along a bus line or near a train station was a critical feature. At Workspace Education in Bethel, Connecticut, the executive director even contacted the town and requested that they reroute the local bus lines to ensure the bus would pass directly by their location. In many towns and cities, the library will be on the bus line, which again makes it a great place to set as your headquarters. When the local bus line is not a valid option, you've got to be innovative and collaborative. Maybe you can organize a carpool where older kids with driver's licenses can offer to pick up younger kids. Maybe some parents are willing to collaborate to offer rides to other kids on certain days. Maybe you can use Uber or Lyft. You can even go to town meetings to get rules changed to allow you to take the regular school bus and simply get off at a stop near the library. In the town I grew up in, the middle school, high school, and the local library were all within a few blocks of each other. During my teen years, I could hypothetically have taken the bus to school and walked to the library every day, if they allowed me to. In truth, I would likely have had to fight an uphill battle with the administration for that right, since homeschoolers are typically excluded from using the school bus. Reference 199. While it seems fair to request that you be able to ride the bus since it's already going by your house and you are saving the town a lot of money by not attending school, there tend to be strict policies and rules against deviating from the norm. In some cases, exceptions will be made if you are an individual and you keep fairly quiet. In other cases, there is a lot of value in having strength in numbers. And having a large group of teens show up to a town council meeting demanding the right to ride the bus could be more effective. If you're not allowed to ride the school bus, similar tactics could be used to demand free access to the local bus. I contacted Margie Sanderson, a grown unschooler who is a board member for the National Youth Rights Association, and she told me that she is actively involved in a campaign like this right now in British Columbia, Canada. The All On Board campaign is advocating for free transit on public transportation for youth ages 0 through 18 and a sliding scale based on income for monthly passes for all adults. Reference 200. Programs like this already exist in cities like Philadelphia, where they've completely done away with school buses in favor of giving youth free access to public buses. As Margie describes, in Philadelphia, young people can get free transit passes as an alternative to the district offering school busing. It's a great system. This is sort of an intersection of disregard for young people and immense auto-orientation. The North American obsession with the private car has left our transit and bike infrastructure lagging far behind. But now, with the growing climate crisis, there are some cities starting to pay attention and trying to catch up. There's some cool work being done with UNICEF's Child-Friendly Cities initiative, Tim Gill's Rethinking Childhood, and projects like Growing Up Boulder that are pushing to address the need for young people to be taken into account in urban planning, including, of course, transportation. In my opinion, it'd be awesome to see more cities adopt a similar model to Philadelphia's TransPass system because it A, does away with the school bus and utilizes an already present and more efficient resource, the public transit, B, builds the habit of transit ridership as opposed to private vehicle ridership, and C, is accessible to everyone, whether in school or unschooled. In my true ideal future, we'd have free public transit for all. Reference 201. Allowing youth free access to public transportation would solve a lot of problems related to youth liberation. Ken Danford at North Star shared with me that in Western Massachusetts, the college students are allowed to ride the local bus for free, yet teens still have to pay. Reference 202. Margie Sanderson shared a similar story about the city of Vancouver in British Columbia. Vancouver also has the situation of offering free transit to college students, but not high school students, through a program called the U-Pass. At least here, though, the U-Pass is subsidized by the colleges, so it's not the public system that's paying for the college students' free access, but their own tuition money. Reference 203. I'm sure it sounds challenging to get rules and policies changed in your community, but it is possible. For example, through effective organizing in Raleigh, North Carolina, teens can ride the bus free as of August 2018. Reference 204. If the public transportation option is not available to you, there are private options, though they do cost money. A startup company called Hop Skip Drive launched in 2015 and offers rides for youth aged 6 to 17 to and from school. It's like Uber for kids, except the drivers all have at least 5 years of experience in childcare. They are currently operating in California, Central Colorado, Washington, D.C., Virginia, Arizona, Southern Texas, and around Seattle, Washington. Reference 205. Getting to and from your learning center is important. Also important is being able to leave in the middle of the day to go to other places. Whether you're looking to go to another location because a class or academic activity is taking place somewhere else in the community, or because you want to take a break from learning and grab lunch or play in the park, it's helpful to be able to get around. For this reason, many learning centers find it helpful to be located in areas within walking distance to resources like shopping centers, community centers, restaurants, and public parks.